Hello everyone, Russ of Aquariumax Pets here. I'm about to release the Melanistic Garter Snakes into this bioactive enclosure. This is a 40-gallon breeder, and these are old enough to be able to live in it. This is normally the home of my red-sided garter snakes, but all of my adult garter snakes are in brumation now. And I have other enclosures. I'm going to be moving things around a bit. This is going to be the enclosure for most of my adult females, and subadult females. And then I have another enclosure for males, and then another kind of a honeymoon suite enclosure. So without further ado, let's move the other garters in. I'm just picking them up right now. This is just kind of an unscripted, off-the-cuff video. Those are kinds of fun sometimes, especially when I don't get to do live streams. Not doing live streams for a couple of weeks. So this is going to get that a little bit less scripted feel through this video. I've been trying to provide them with interesting things like cork bark and cardboard tubes and all sorts of things, but the enrichment that will be added by all the different surfaces and textures and altitudes and so on in this enclosure, I think it's going to be great for them. So benefit quite a bit from different environment. You can see they're all really comfortable with handling. I've been handling them a lot since they came, hand feeding them a lot. That makes a big difference. It's fun to watch them explore. Look at that tongue flicking, trying to figure out what's going on. I think I'm going to need to refill and wash out that water dish soon. Oh, I love watching them drink. There's something just really cute about it, I think. The way their little cheeks expand when they do that. Okay, content advisory. I'm about to feed them some frozen and subsequently thawed pinkies. Very good food for them, but if you're not into watching them eat pinkies, I would advise you to stop watching now. Let's I'm going to pick one up. I tend to prefer to do it this way so that they don't fight over it. They don't accidentally bite each other or swallow each other. I'm going to get into focus there. I have a little trouble with that. There we go. When I first got them, a couple of them had trouble eating very readily. Two of them were little pigs and would eat immediately, but the other two were having some troubles eating. But now they're all doing fine. I just have to keep my eyes on them so they don't try to swallow each other, as I mentioned. Pick up another. Part of the trick is if you can give them all a mouthful of pinkies at the same time, then they don't bother each other at all. So just have to keep my eye on what's going on. Here you go. Smell that? Oh, you do now, huh? Huh, that's weird. It's not normal. Usually just jump right on it. Probably won't take long to figure out what's going on. There it goes. I have also fed them earthworms and some fish, some of them, and it seems to work really well. But of course, frozen thawed pinkies can constitute their primary diet without any problems at all. It's just nice to give them some variety, both from the standpoint of dietary enrichment and from the standpoint of just making sure they get all the nutrients they need from that variety. This one is perched right under the UV light. I have a VivTech UV LED right above this one at an appropriate distance, of course. And then next to it to the left, the basking log surface, it's a little bit lower, is where their heat lamp is. So the basking spot here is about 85, 86 degrees. And then up here, it's about 80-ish during the day. And of course, those lights go off at night. It's kind of difficult to see. There's one in the background climbing up in the branches there, but because it's so dark, it's almost invisible against the dark background. I'm going to see if I can feed that one. Now I can see that there are two of them here in the branches. I'll pick this one up and see if I can feed it. This one is it's called Cecil. I don't know if you can see the way the camera is working right now, but this one has a few light freckles underneath its neck. And it's the one with the most pigmentation that is not white. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there along his chin. Yep, there you go. That's Cecil. And I can distinguish them all fairly well from different the variations of pigmentation, but I'm having some trouble. One of the females is almost entirely black, just a tiny little patch under her chin. Oh, there he goes. And one of them has a little bit less black, but is almost as black, so it gets quite confusing. Still working on that. There's that one in the background on the left, you can see, looking for food. I might just proffer the mouse right now where it is. See if that works. See if I can get it to. Oh, pretty excited about it. It's off camera, so I'm gonna see if I can move it over onto the camera. It'll come over here. I think it will. Yep, there it goes. I'm gonna take that mouse. There we go. Now, as they're finishing up their meal here, I want to take a moment to thank our patrons at Patreon. Really appreciate all that you do. You make our channel possible. To put it directly, we couldn't do without you, couldn't do without the help that you provide. So if you would like to help Aquarium Pets keep doing what we're doing, trying to spread content, educational content about various creatures, from snakes like this to isopods to aquatic creatures like fish and various types of live food culture, all kinds of things, then you can check us out down in the description or the link that I'll put at the end of this video, or just go to Aquarium Pets at patreon.com. All right, look at this little bulge here on this one. You can see as he's, well, I'm not sure if this is a female or a male, to be honest, at this point. As they get a little older, of course, it'll be a little easier to tell, a lot easier to tell. You can see that's just about the right size meal, about 1.5 to 2 times the width of the body. So you can see an obvious bulge once the snake swallows. Once I got them eating whole pinkies like this, they really went on a growth spurt. And unlike my adult garters, I'm not going to have them brumate this winter. I think I'm going to have them brumate next year, but typically during the first year, while you can put your garter snakes into brumation, they will typically eat very, very well, and it gives them a chance to kind of grow a bit more than they would if they were in brumation. So I am going to just keep them awake during this year, or during this winter this year, and then next year put them in brumation, and then hopefully get babies the next spring. They should be approximately of age to be able to do that. These were born in April. They were produced by the Odd Tinoir, and if you haven't checked him out, I'll put a link down in the description. He produces some amazing snakes. We had a live stream, and I'll put a link to that too. You can check out up there in the corner where he showed us some of his garter snakes. He does some incredible stuff. So all of my garter snakes come from two sources: the Odd Tinoir, who produced these melanistics, and Don's Garter Snakes, who produced my plains garters and my red-sided garters. So I'll put links to both of those you can check out. So I hope you enjoyed this little update on my Melanistic Eastern Garter Snakes, Thamnophis sirtalis. Sirtalis? I really love them. I'm super excited to have them and looking forward to watching them as they grow. If you like this kind of off-the-cuff style video, please let me know about it in the comments. And if there are other videos you prefer, then let me know about that in the comments. I'm just happy to hear your feedback and interact with you a little bit. And thanks for watching. I post videos every Friday with live streams on most Wednesdays all about aquarium and vivarium pets. Please feel free to share, rate, comment if you haven't already,
subscribe,
and then tap the bell and choose all notifications so you don't miss my next video.